Good morning, sixth graders. It was wonderful to see so many of you yesterday and playing the game in preparation for your quiz today. Make sure you go into Ed Study Sync and you take the quiz and submit it. It is on the story and the vocabulary. So what we're going to do next is we've read the story, The Treasure of Lemon Brown, and now you're going to have 3 projects to choose from. And you're going to get a week to do the project, the one you choose. Today, you have to look at the projects and choose one and email me which one you are going to do. So the very first project is called a one-pager, and it takes up the whole entire page. I started a one-pager, the link is on here, and I kind of started one to give you an idea of what it is. It puts the highlights of the story onto a single piece of paper. Every part of the paper is covered. That's not in my example, but it was the start, not a full one. So if you want to see one-pager examples, you can Google it and you can see it. But the main focus on your one-pager is you have to have the plot of the story, the setting, the conflict, theme, and character development. Okay, so you could do this in many different ways. So you can see, obviously, art is not my strong point, but I kind of started the project by drawing the story, The Treasure of Lemon Brown. And I have Greg on the steps, and he's got a thought bubble of math, and he's got an F on that. And you can see he's holding a basketball. And there's Lemon Brown on the other side with his newspaper and harmonica. What you would do with this, you can see I have a lightning bolt for the setting, is you would add more symbols. So you might draw a big, huge harmonica, or you might draw a big, huge newspaper clipping, or put it in the basketball, or put his father in the scene, or take a big head and split it in half and have Greg go prior to meeting Lemon Brown, and then what he learned, how the character grew afterwards. So symbolism is a big part of this. And you don't have to draw the setting like I did. You can do compartments. You can make it into 6 little panels. You can do it any way you want. This is just an example of a start. It is not finished. If I was finished, I'd have more symbols in there. It would be colored completely, and I would have more writing on the different pieces of a one pager, which are bolded right here. You have plot, setting, conflict, theme, and character development. And you can express those any way of your choosing on a one pager. So it's, if you're artistic, this is the one for you. The one pager is creative and artistic. And what I'm looking for is any way you represent plot, setting, conflict, theme, and character development. You do have to have one quote from the story, but that can easily be done in character development or the plot. So those are what you focus on here. You can use a piece of computer paper. You cover the whole paper. It has to look colorful. Again, if you want to see some examples, just Google one pagers. You will get lots of different examples, lots of different methods in which to combine it. This one is called the treasure box, and it's connecting to what's going on today. The items that you will have to create. You have to come up with 10 items, and you're going to create it in a Google slideshow with pictures. So you're going to take these things and put it in there. The explanation is here, and we're not going to watch the whole thing, but if you choose this one, you can see there's Mrs. Jarvis and Mrs. Lasco explaining it. So you can go through and watch their presentation of what goes into a treasure box and how you have to complete. Lastly, your third choice, if you want to continue the story. It's a creative writing if you love to write. It's a creative writing assignment, and you're going to be writing a sequel to The Treasure of Lemon Brown with Greg continuing on as the protagonist, the good guy, but set several years in the future when Lemon Brown has passed away, and Greg is now in possession of Lemon Brown's treasures. You're going to create a book cover. You can do it by hand, you can do and take pictures of it, or you can do it on the computer, whatever you so choose. You have to have a chapter title. And what happens with Greg? Does he get his grades up and make the basketball team? Does he go in a complete different direction, maybe towards music because of exposure to Lemon Brown? However you want to create your story, you can create the story through Greg's perspective. How will he carry on Lemon's legacy? He has now been given the most important thing to Lemon in relationship to Lemon and his son. How is he going to carry on Lemon's legacy? How is he going to honor him? Who do you think Greg will share Lemon's story with? It needs to be 300 plus words. Again, it's a whole nother chapter continuing the story. You can be as creative as you want to with this. You can put it into a Google Doc. Make sure you give it a cover if you do a Google Doc, however you want to continue the story. If you have any questions on any three, you can email me if you want to set up a Zoom so I can understand your questions, or you want to talk to me personally, that's just fine too. I can do that. So today you have to kind of decide which project you're going to do. You're going to work on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. You have to email me one pager, treasure box, or creative writing. So choose from the three choices. If you have a different idea and would like to approach me with a different idea for a project, absolutely, just email me and ask. That's just fine with me. So hopefully you get an idea. Make sure you look them all over before you ask questions. And you will have, again, 4 days to work on this next week. You either do a one-pager, a treasure box, or a creative writing. Have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see some of you today, and I'll touch base with you next week and how your project is going. Bye-bye.